In Singapore, Dr. Matthew Chua and colleagues at the National University of Singapore's Institute of System Science, or NUS-ISS, are studying healthcare issues specific to Singapore, including those related to aging population.
We're here today at Alliance Panel to see Mr. Tang, an elderly suffering from Parkinson, and his caregiver, Angeline. Hi, Angeline.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi, this is John, and we are here today to test and get your feedback on our device.
Matthew invented a smart sock to help seniors avoid falls.
The device is intelligent enough to sense and learn the gait cycle of the patient and then prompts the patient to actually walk properly. It's actually very useful in patients who are suffering from Parkinson's disease, who have gait issues or are prone to falls. So I hope that this device actually can impact their life and make them live more independent life and safer lives too.
我们一起走出去啊，随时感觉怎么样？感觉下面在动，这是抓。
So, just now you saw Mr. Tang, try on the IGAIT sock. How do you think it can help the elderly here in Singapore?
I think it will be a great help because it will actually stimulate them to want to walk more and confidently. Because I noticed some of the elderly that I'm currently serving, they're actually not keen to walk at all for fear of falls.
Watching Mr. Deng try out the smart sock prototype reminded me that a smart device is only as useful as its practicality. It's not about style, it's about function and user comfort.
When I see patients or people wearing the stuff that I create, I feel that wow, these devices actually have an impact on their lives. It kind of gives me the motivation to actually think of more ideas to actually roll out in the market in the future. And then I hope that this will actually transform Singapore into a smart health ecosystem.
Right.
Smart health to me is about connecting the dots around the people. It's very much about seeing how we bring things together for impact. We start by framing the problem, we start by understanding the impacts we want to have, and then we think about the technology solutions or the analytic solutions that may help us to get there.
Project InCarer is a collaboration of NUS-ISS, Lions Befrienders, Yishun Community Hospital, and Allied World Healthcare. This pilot study's first effort gave 20 seniors a digital assistant.
Ask baby boy, what is my medication today?
Seniors spend 6 weeks learning to work with their devices, which are programmed to remind users to take medications and get to medical appointments.
Alexa, ask baby boy, what is my medication for today?
You have 5 medications. Medication 1. On December 14th, 2017.
This will help those patients who are really staying alone, and we can also discharge them earlier so that they can be back to a familiar environment where they are most happy with.
Ask baby boy, when is my appointment?
It allows the patient to try to organize or arrange for some care services that he would like for himself. Secondly, is really the ability to monitor his well-being.
So now I'd like to bring you to Nurse Pauline and our senior Mr. To, who is being trained on the technology that will help him at home.
Mr. To understood and spoke English, but he had trouble remembering specific phrases needed to prompt the device.
For those who are full time,
we are using very simple technology that's purchased off the shelf. The limitations of that is that the kind of conversations and communication that can take place through this device are in English. We will hope, for example, in subsequent phases, to be able to use local languages, dialects. But in the first phase, what is critical is to get the seniors comfortable and getting some initial feedback from the usage.
How did the seniors participate in this design process?
So we had different prototypes, and we set them down and we got them to play with it and to also think about how they might be using that in their own homes. And what strikes us is that it's not about how it's dressed up, it's about the practicalities. This little device or contraption, no matter how small or ugly it is, can it help me? Can it communicate with me? And that was a very enlightening message for us.
Right.
To focus really on their daily life needs.
Right.
And not about dressing up technology.
Nurses may be able to get seniors to take up the intuitive technology during training,